What's up everybody? Brian Baker here with Hunt Fish Camp. I wanted to talk to you really quick about this FishPRO camera that I just got. It's kind of awesome. You can get them on Amazon. They're not super expensive, and so I expected the quality of things to not be that great, but they actually are kind of great. I had a Markham camera before that. I've now sold it. It's way more expensive, and I like this one a little bit better. So I have the smaller camera. You can see I'm actually using it right now. I don't know if you can actually see my bait sitting down there on the camera. If you can see that or not, I'll put a little bit of footage of using that here in a second. But compact, easy to use, and for this one I can actually record. So I press the OK button and it starts recording. So that's where I'll give you a little bit of footage of the actual fishing with this, which is pretty cool. Other than that, basic camera for using while ice fishing or open water when you're checking spots, kind of thing. So what I use this for primarily is when I'm in an area and the fish aren't really biting. I'm marking fish, or there's weeds or structure of some kind. Maybe I'm on a crib, and I'll drop the camera down to look around with it. I don't typically fish with it. However, I've been doing that today, and it is kind of really fun and addicting. It brings me back to when I was a kid. I used to find shallow water areas and look down the hole to fish. But so it's pretty cool. A great way to occupy kids if you've got kids out on the ice with you, playing with the camera, watching their bait, watch the fish come in. So even if they're not biting, it can be a ton of fun. But so really cool tool. I'll put a link down below if you want to go check them out for sure. Definitely do that because it's pretty neat and it's a ton of fun to use. Now, the problems. Okay, so the problems with using a camera, and it's the same with any camera that you have, is you just have this long cable and you're holding that down, and so you have to twist it to turn it correctly to get it facing the right way. So now there's an easy solution. You just need somebody who can 3D print, or maybe I'll find one aftermarket, but I have this positioner that buddy of mine 3D printed for me. So the cable weaves through there, and then this allows me to turn and face the camera any direction that I want a lot more easily, so I can get it to actually face my bait. So there I'm back to where my bait's in there, and I can see that because I need that bait to be centered. It can be really frustrating if you are trying to mess with the camera when there's fish around, you can't see your bait and what's going on. The other thing, if you're in dirty water, so you can see I've got set up my 2 holes down here are 2 feet apart or so. It really only like 18 inches apart from edge to edge, and in dirty water I'd barely be able to see my jig, so I have to put holes really close together, and when you do that you get a very limited range. So I've got probably about 18 inches up vertical, maybe not even that, about a foot, where I can actually see my bait. Now the water here is really clear, so I was actually had a 5 to 6 foot range further away, which then gave me about 2 feet of where I could see my bait as it was moving along, which was pretty sweet. So pretty cool camera. Positioner, kind of a must to add on to it, and you can get them a little bit cheaper if you don't have the record capability, but being able to record stuff's kind of cool just to watch it back. Play around with that is pretty neat. And I've been running this for a couple hours and I still have full battery, so I don't know how long these things are gonna last out in the cold. I just lay it on the ice, but so far pretty great. So definitely get a chance, check them out. Pretty cool. Let's see if I can catch one for you on the camera. I'll put this in here too. I'm actually fishing for trout right now, which is a pretty kind of a cool deal as well. So I'm gonna just plop that back down on the ice right in front of my hole. There we go. So I can see my bait going, and I'm just looking down the same direction that my rod tip is, which makes life easy, and just watching for those trout to show up. So in this area, they're just gonna show up real fast. And so most of the time I'm using the camera just to check areas. So check what kind of fish and what quality of fish are there, even if they're not biting very well. You can drop a camera down and you can tell, okay, do you have perch? Do you have bluegills? Do you have crappies? Are they big? Are they small? Is it carp swimming by? That's really what I use the camera for, but it's a lot of fun to fish with too, so you can certainly do that as well. Oh. Got him. Oh my god. Make a mess out of stuff. Oh, these are all tangled up and everything now. These trout are crazy. Oh, we got a mess of my rod, but there you go. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but that was pretty cool. Catching trout through the ice on the camera is a ton of fun, but yeah, pretty awesome. Big old mess out of all my stuff. I guess we're gonna find how waterproof this is, because setting it right next to I should set it up on a bucket or something, maybe be a little better, but it's just fun to watch them. As always, get out, catch some fish, have some fun, play with the camera. Pretty cool. Whoop, oh, I'm gonna drop it down the hole though. Got lots of weird little bits of footage.